chosen ones, empaths, and all of the authentic, genuine souls out there that might not identify as a chosen one or an empath just yet. These narcissists, a lot of you miss the narcissist, or you miss the connection you had with the narcissist. Maybe you don't want them back, but you still feel a void in your life, like an emptiness or something like that. But what you need to know is what's taking place since your separation with them is the only time they truly appreciate what you offered. The whole time, the narcissist didn't realize your value. Throughout the whole time, from whenever you met them, throughout the whole duration, through the whole time, through the love bomb, through the devaluation, through all of that, they never appreciated you for being you. They never did. I'm sorry to break it to you, but they never did. This is how closed-minded they are. They had the blessing, which was you, right in front of them, and they couldn't see beyond their nose, and they couldn't work it out or figure out that they've actually been bestowed someone who's kind, generous, loving, caring. They couldn't figure it out. So this is why I want you to realize that when you go your separate ways, however it's occurred, it doesn't matter if you were discarded, it doesn't matter if you were reverse discarded, it doesn't matter if you were even it doesn't even matter if you were the one that cut the narcissist off involved in your life. Okay? What you need to understand is what's taking place now is they are reflecting, they are ruminating, they are analyzing, and they are now aware of the beautiful qualities that you had as a person. I'm not saying this so you let them back in, like they're going to realize and correct the error of their ways, because they won't. If you let them back in, they'll think, oh, their manipulations worked and they've got back into your life. But like I've been saying quite recently, a lot of these narcissists that were involved in your life believed it was down to their own manipulation, their own deviancy, in why you was the way you was, why you treated them the way you was, and that's so far from the truth. The reason you treated them the way they was because they mirrored you, they put on a mask, they acted like really nice to you, they love bombed you, they made you trust them, and you thought this was someone that you cared about. So obviously you're going to treat that person decently. It's not down to their manipulation and their deviant behavior in why you were nice to them and why you were loving towards them. And that's a vital mistake that they make, okay? So what you have to understand is now you've gone your separate ways. This is when time kicks in. This is when they realize your qualities. This is when they realize your value. This is when they realize your worth. And don't expect them to tell you. You know narcissists lie through their teeth. You know narcissists lie. You know narcissists are stubborn. You know this about them. So don't expect this from the horse's mouth, if that's even the right quote that I've just used there. Don't expect this from the parasite narcissist's mouth, right, to tell you these things. I can't rule it out because some of them will go down that avenue and they will actually tell you. Okay, so I can't rule it out, but don't wait on them to tell you or validate you, like tell you, oh, they made a mistake and things like that. You know, don't wait on that at all. So it's really sort of the way that the universal God is making this unfold is they're getting the realization and the awakening to the qualities that you had and how you as a person favored their life. It brought blessings towards their life. It made their life easier. It made their day easier. That's what they're getting. They're aware of now. Now they've gone their separate ways. To stay informed on topics like these, subscribe to the channel. Links for that you need are in the description box below. So this is what they're aware of. But now it's too late. That's the attitude you need to have. Now it's too late. You gave them chances. You told them you loved them. You told them that you were there for them. You was there for them. Now it's too late. Just because they're getting a slight comprehension of your qualities, it doesn't change the nature of them. It doesn't completely change it so they're going to be this loving, caring person. At the core of these individuals, they're really deranged and messed up in the head. They're seriously messed up. And this feeling of being aware of your qualities now is more coming from a place because of a lack of what they're getting in their life now. I hope you're with me there. Like, the awareness that they have of your wonderful qualities is because they've got a lack of those qualities in their life now. They don't have it from their friends, they don't have it from their family, they don't have it from their colleagues at work, they don't have it from any new suppliers. They're not getting that same potent supply that they once got from you. So this is what's causing them to awaken. So there's no need for any of you to stay friends with them. Unless you have children, I'd say unless you have children, there's absolutely no reason on this earth why you should have anything absolutely to do with them. I know if you talk about family members that are narcissistic or friends that are narcissistic, it can get a bit more confusing, but in a romantic partner, you certainly shouldn't have them in your life if you know they're a narcissist now, unless you have children. That's personally what I think. Because I read a comment yesterday, someone said that they're still friends with them, and I can understand why they might do that, but I don't even think you can really be friends with a narcissist, to be honest with you. Yeah, especially if you was in a romantic relationship before, I don't think it really works. They always say that you can't be friends with those that you've dated anyway, and that's not narcissistic. So I don't see how you could be friends with a narcissist that you was romantically involved with before. So none of you need to feel this emptiness or this hurt or this pain, really, because each passing day that's happening is a reinforcing message to the narcissist about the qualities that you have. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. By you being quiet, I know people always say in the comment section, I think I read it quite recently, they were like, other than no contact, what else is there to do? And you probably, I can understand why you feel that way, to the commenter who said that. But you'll hear this on our channel here, and you'll hear this on other channels alike. No contact is not really a game. It's not you're not like the narcissist. You're not trying to get a reaction from them. You're not trying to bait them. You're not trying to manipulate them. No contact is a way of life for your own sanity and peace of mind. That's why you utilize the no contact method. You're going no contact with a person because there's nothing more that needs to be said to them. You realize that your words are not reciprocated. You realize that your words are not heard. And that's what no contact's really about. It's about taking your power back and getting away from these parasites as quietly as possible, because they're seriously deranged. So really, someone who I spoke to actually celebrates every year the day of the discard or the day of the reverse discard. They celebrate that every year. They celebrate that date. And I thought that was quite profound to actually flip the dynamics around, and rather than being unhappy about the date of the discard or the date of the ending of the relationship, you actually celebrate that date. I'm not saying they're popping bottles of champagne or anything like that, but it just having a fond feeling in your heart, in their heart. Maybe they are celebrated in that way. I'm not sure. I didn't ask, but they generally do celebrate the date of the ending of the relationship. They really enjoy it. So it makes you lose, because I know how many of you might feel. I was meant to touch on this earlier. I'm doing this a lot recently. You see, when it first ends and you're counting like, oh, it's been 20 days, for example. Sorry, I wasn't patronizing you there when I said 20 days, because that can be like a real hurtful 20 days, like really painful. What I mean is like, when you're counting the days at the beginning, you're thinking, oh, it's been 20 days, oh, it's been a month, oh, it's been 2 months, oh, it's been 3 months, oh, it's their birthday, oh, it's the anniversary date, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Like, if you flip the dynamics around and you start to think, this is a lifestyle, this is a lifestyle now, the relationship has ended, you are starting your new lease of life without them, you're going forward in your life without them, they're never going to be in your life again, and you know all the while they're getting the reinforcing pressure and rumination and feeling your absence, okay? That they're now aware of the qualities that you possessed. This is just the way that they learn their lesson, okay? See, the thing is so you can flip it around and you can start to, so when it comes to the following year, say, and you hit an anniversary date, or you hit the date that you ended the relationship, it doesn't bring you down. But you can have the knowing now. It's not being satisfied of someone else's pain. It's finally like them finally realizing your value and stuff, and them going through the troublesome rumination and things like that. It's not celebrating their pain and their problems and stuff. It's finally you've been recognized. Finally, you've been recognized for what you offered. Okay? And now it's too late for them to have you back in their lives. Please make sure you understand that when I'm telling you that they realize, and when I'm telling you that they start to comprehend your value and they realize this afterwards, it's really, really not enough for you to let them back in your life. It's not enough substance for them to change who they are. Okay? These creatures, these narcissists across the globe and narcissists involved in your life are seriously deranged, dusty weirdos. They're completely deranged. They have sadistic tendencies. They enjoy pain of others. It's really the total opposite of who you are as a genuine, authentic soul, a chosen one, or an empath. It's really the opposite, and that's why we can talk on this subject and about this. We can listen and talk about this subject in such depth, because they are really seriously messed up in their head and seriously deranged. Okay, so please don't be mistaken when I'm telling you that they're starting to realize they're starting to feel a void in your life, they're starting to feel your absence, because I can probably guarantee you, maybe not all, can't say all, but if you were to like approach them and say, are you feeling a void in your life? Are you feeling my absence? Like, they're gonna deny it till they turn blue. They're not gonna admit it to you. Some of them might, but a lot of them are not going to because they're stubborn. They don't want to let you know that they feel that way. But honestly, that's like a lot of what's going to happen for all of you, okay? What's going to happen for all of you is the longer time passes, and I always say this, I always say time doesn't heal, because it doesn't really heal. Time doesn't heal. Anyone who tells you time heals, I think it's bullshit. It doesn't really heal. I think that the human mind and soul and spirit and heart learns to adjust to the cards that it's dealt. It learns to adjust, and through time you learn how to progress forward. You learn how to deal with this situation. So it's more of a learning curve that you go on, rather than time healing these wounds that have been inflicted. But what will happen is it all comes down to your self-love, because some of you will realize quicker than others, but like I always say, between us as a collective of authentic souls, chosen ones, and empaths, it's not a race or trying to outpoint each other or trying to get ahead of one another. I see in the comment section you're supportive of one another. It's not a race or anything like that, because each person's gone through, even though you've dealt with a narcissist, you've gone through your own unique experience with the narcissist. So what I'm trying to address is, when you get forward, as time proceeds and you start to learn how to deal with it, you'll start to recognize your worth more and more and more. And that's really what is the pinnacle of your healing, is knowing your value and your worth, because you have been devalued. You have been made out that you're worth nothing. You have been discarded in a brutal possible way. You have been put through pain. And when you start to realize your worth, I'm not saying like I'm not saying this happens in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Sometimes it can take longer, okay? A lot of the times it can take longer than that, maybe even years, right? But it will be gradual, and you'll start to realize your worth more. And when you reflect back on a narcissistic relationship, you're like, you won't even be saddened by the fact that you gave your all to this individual. You won't even be upset that you gave your all. You won't even feel like it's wasted. You'll realize that like you put out good energy towards an individual who you thought was kind, who you thought was loving. And honestly, like when you're radiating with the frequency of love, they can't beat you on that. You know, they can manipulate and do all of that and stuff like that, and try and deceive you and whatever, but they're only cheating themselves in the end of the day, because when you go your own way, they're the one who lost you, and they feel like the loser. Even if you were discarded, they feel like the loser. You have to have an understanding. So it's like a knowing of your worth. Try and build on that, a knowing of your worth. Okay, never compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to anyone you see in a movie. Don't compare yourself to anyone you see in a magazine. Don't compare yourself to anyone you see on the internet. Don't compare to anyone you see on social media. Be thankful and happy for who you are as a unique creation of God, or a unique creation of the universe, or a unique creation of your parents. Be like, you are a unique creation, so be thankful for who you are as an individual. Always be thankful for that. And don't look at it as wasted. It's not really wasted, because you put out positive energy into the universe. That's what you do as an empath, a chosen one, and an authentic, genuine soul. You're radiating with such a bright light, and you're putting this light out there, okay? And it was this light, this energy that you had, which made them the narcissists seem appealing, They were reflecting your light back at you. They were reflecting your light back at you, so you thought they had light in them as well. You thought they were genuine. You thought they were this. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. Collectively as empaths and chosen ones, you go through this process of being fooled, of being duped, of being tricked by narcissists. But it's okay because they lose in the end. They lost you. Okay? They lost you. And that's the ultimate punishment for them, really, is to lose the empath or the chosen one or the authentic soul out there. Because they'll never find someone like you again. They did share a connection with you, which is often overlooked on. I don't really hear people talk about it. They did share a connection with you. They won't find this connection with anyone else. And yeah, they can go on to other suppliers and try and live a happily ever after and try and make the best of it, but they'll never get someone of your magnitude, of someone of your caliber, ever again in their lives. They will never find it. Okay, so that's a knowing that you need to have. Knowing that they will never find someone else like you ever again. Knowing that. And also knowing your value. So they kind of go hand in hand. Knowing your value and also knowing that they will never find someone like you again, and they're going through their rumination and they're going through the process of trying to adjust to life without you. Kind of go hand in hand, but realistically they're never going to find no one like you, and the relationship needed to end for them to realize your value. And make sure you it's too late. Make sure you don't give them any more chances. Even if you have given them chances up before or anything like that, make sure now or when the time's right, you make sure it's no more chances for them. Okay? Even if you gave them a chance yesterday. Even if you gave them a chance yesterday and you're hearing this video now, don't be hard on yourself. It's just sometimes you give chances to them, but when it's time, when it's right for you, don't give them no more chances, because I'm telling you, the power is in you going your separate way. The power is in you going and getting on with your life. They will never find someone like you again. And they will never find someone like you again. They never will. I promise you that. Okay? They just never will. If you stay in the mindset of comparing yourself to other individuals, when there's no, like, even identical twins are different. They've got different minds, different hearts, different souls. They're different. Okay? There's no two people on earth that are the same. And even identical twins, when they age, they maybe start to look a bit different. Okay? So, when you understand the formality of the way that the world is constructed, and each soul, each human being is unique. Okay? As much as we talk about a collective of empaths and chosen ones and authentic, genuine souls, and a collective of narcissists and sociopaths and other deranged, toxic individuals, as much as we talk about them in a collective, you are unique. You are unique. You look different. You've got a different heart. You've got a different speech pattern, different fingerprint. You are unique, so there's no one that you need to compare yourself from. You can take inspiration from others. You can take inspiration from other people's work or other people's business or other people's. Taking inspiration from something is different from comparing yourself. Taking inspiration and incorporating it in your own life is different. So if you saw someone having a healthy lifestyle and you said, oh, I want to adopt some of those healthy dishes in my lifestyle. I'm going off topic now, but I'm saying you can take inspiration from that and incorporate that in your own life. That's okay. But you don't need to compare yourself and say, oh, that person's better than me. Like, don't do none of that. Never need to do none of that. Honestly. I tell myself that all the time. It's been with me for a long time, that has as well. So it's more of a knowing. Okay, I'm not narcissistic. I'm not saying I'm the best person ever or anything like that. No, certainly not. None of us are perfect, right? But I try my best every day to and now I'm saying it, I'm gonna try and be a better person, try and not be a better person. Like, it's in our nature as chosen ones, empaths, and authentic souls. Like, we don't like to harm people. We don't like to do wrong to people. We don't like to. We don't do that. But what I mean is like, just every day try and achieve more and more and more and more. Be thankful for what we have. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going very off topic now, but I hope you're with me. Just being thankful for what you say. Like, I'm gonna have a sip of this drink now. Just be thankful for the drink. I'm telling you, before I draw this video to a close, honestly, if you can be thankful for the small things, even when you're going through a real diabolical situation, it does help. And then you start to, your perspective starts to broaden, and you can start to be thankful for even more things as well. And it's not wasted either, because that's positive energy. The same way that you used to put positive energy, good energy, loving energy into these narcissists, you're putting this loving energy out into the universe as well by being thankful, gratitude, putting love inside yourself, being thankful for yourself. These sorts of things really help. Okay, so none of you need to worry about a thing. Please understand, like I said, that this separation that's occurred with you and the narcissist involved in your life is it needed to happen for them to go on their cycle and start to realize your worth. That's the way the reality is going to kick in for them. They needed to lose you to understand. Like I said in the beginning segment, throughout the whole relationship, throughout the whole duration of the relationship, from the time they met you, throughout the whole duration of the relationship, they never appreciated you. Now they're feeling your absence. Now they can see your worth. And this is what needed to happen. Okay? This is what needed to happen. And as time proceeds, you're not going to see no value in them. The more you build on your value, you're not going to see no value in them. The more time that goes on, and through time you learn how to deal with this hard situation you're going through, you're not going to see no value in them. They're not going to have no qualities that you like at all. Doesn't matter about the way they look, their aura, anything. You're not going to like nothing about them whatsoever. You're going to be sickened by them. I don't even want to say the word hate, but some of you might enter that hate and rage and anger phase. But try not to stay in that too long, but you will go through a process. You're going to be sickened by them. You won't want nothing to do with them. For any of you that are still in that place of that you love them, or you feel like that, or you feel like that, honestly, if you focus on your own self-love, the more you focus on your own self-love and building your worth, is the more you'll realize that these people are a waste of space, and you never really needed them anyway, and they need you a lot more than you need them. So thanks for listening today. The links for what you need are in the description box below, and if you'd like to know more about the narcissist knows they made a bad decision moving on, click this video here, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.